Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only, such a long time in the making, Miss Braunwyn Windham Burke.
Hey there, I'm so glad to be here in person with you.
Are you dying? Is this like, I keep saying this, but it's like 2019 vibes, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, listen, anytime someone's like, can we do this in person? I'm like, I wish everyone would do it in person. It's so much easier.
I know, now that I'm in the city half the time, I'm like, why are we going to phone this in? Let's go. We're in Midtown. Let's make the best of this. Cheers.
I was like, cheers. Listen, we have our coffee. Well, I didn't know you were just at Coachella with the rest of the world.
I was. That was so fun.
That wasn't your first time at Coachella? I've never been to Coachella.
I've been to Coachella one other year, but this is the first year that I've been since probably 15, 16 years ago. Because my parents are friends with the owners of the polo field. So I'm talking baby days back in its inception. So I haven't been to Coachella like this. And it was fun. It was so fun.
Here's my thing. I mean, because I told you, I was just talking to like Mary from Selling Sunset. What is it? Like, I am into a lot of things and trends. What do I not understand about Coachella? It doesn't appeal to me.
Okay, well, first of all, there's different ways to Coachella. You can go general admission. You can wait in long lines. You can pee in a porta potty. That's one way to go. And if that's your jam, go for it. My parents have their RV there. We have sponsors passes because Vic works with BMW. So for us, it was a little bit different. We got to go backstage. We got to go around and chill in the RV. We got really nice food to eat. So there's ways to do it. There's really cool pre-festivals too. Like Soho House did a great one.
Okay.
Pandora, Revolve has one. So there's different, just like anything else, there's different ways to do it. I'm not going to stand in the sun all day listening to music that, I mean, honestly, I have never heard of. I knew the big headliners, but some of them I'm like, I don't know that. But
yeah.
I think this year was different because it's been so long. And everyone was just like so happy to be together. And everyone was so nice. That many people, and everyone was like, I love you. I mean, given a lot of them were probably on Molly, but everyone was like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too.
That's what I'm picturing. And I mean, like, yeah, okay, I understand, like, you don't have to wait in the lines, but, like, I know Kyle Richards was there, but I don't know any of the music either. I mean, honestly.
I mean, you know Billie Eilish. You know The Weeknd.
Yes.
You know City Girls.
Not really City Girls,
Megan
no.
Thee Stallion?
Yes.
Okay, so, like, you would know some of them. And
I'm,
there were
like,
some great
really
DJs.
dating myself now.
I mean,
I know Bieber was there shirtless. I saw that.
Yes.
Right.
He chimed in for a little bit with Caesar, Harry Styles, and Shania Twain. I know you know them.
I know them, but I just am like, what? I don't understand.
And that's the cool thing, too. There's a lot of collabs, and you're not expecting it. So you'll have people that just pop in. It is so. And I hear, you're hanging next to Hailey Bieber. And it's like, hey, girl. There's no pretension. Everyone is just there. Amber Rose is in the background of one of my photos, and no one noticed. I mean, everyone is just there for the music. It was fun.
It was fun.
And, Victoria works at these things. She goes for work.
Yeah.
So she gets paid to go, so she might as well. And I get to be her +1, which is kind of a nice bonus.
That is so nice. So you've recovered. You're like, well, the world hasn't seen you since you were last on our TV screens.
I know. I took a long break.
You did take a break. Listen, we have a lot of present stuff to talk about, but before we get there, okay, when you look back on your time, your 2 seasons on Housewives, Braunwyn's like, oh God, here we go. Now listen, what are the highs? Like, what are some highs for you? See, I'm starting out on such a positive note,
The biggest
right?
high was BravoCon.
Really?
That was one of the best weekends of my life. I had Sean here. Rowan was here. The fans were amazing. I got to meet all these people that I'd seen on TV too. I mean, the memories I have of being, and I was still drinking back then, but so they're fuzzy memories. But the memories I have of like drinking bourbon with Shep, I mean, that's pretty amazing, It was such a great weekend, just the camaraderie.
Well, I know you were drinking back then because I saw you at BravoCon, but I wasn't going to call you out. I feel like that's not really my place to do, right?
I mean, I can look back on it now. And, poor Becca from PR was like taking the drinks out of my hand. I did make an amends to her. I'm like, sorry about that. But, I was dancing on tables. I was living my best life. I had the best time, And so for me, definitely the highlight was BravoCon.
Wow.
100%. Meeting Captain Sandy, who later went on to be a big part of my recovery. I met her there. So I think that was definitely the highlight. The other thing for me, which is just the excitement of filming. You know, it's fun. Getting mic'd up, having the cameras, having the attention. When I first got let go, I kind of correlated it to a similar high to drinking. It's the same sort of fix that you get. And I 12-stepped myself through leaving the show too. I think that's why I was able to leave and let go so easily, because I'd already worked a program. But it's exciting. Filming is fun. It's fun.
Yes, I could see that. And taking away that, right, which you don't have any control over, right? I mean, that was like a 12-step, you know, in the sense that...
Except the things you can't control. And that really helped a lot. And, you know, let's be honest, I get to be friends with Tamra Judge. That's great. I mean, the first time I met her, we were on camera, and I dropped the gift I had for her, you know? And now I call her and text her all the time. That's a nice bonus.
That is a nice bonus.
Yeah, she's an amazing person, and I'm really grateful for that friendship. So those are a lot of the highs. I think it was, you know, fun being able to highlight my family. We're a little bit outside of the box. You know, I got to do the drag segment with Jacob, which really, I think, showed a lot of people in America that unconditional love. You know, we hadn't seen that done before. That was definitely a highlight. You know, giving Jacob those moments to shine really changed his life. So those are things that you can never take away. The last time I saw my daughter dance was right before the pandemic, and Bravo was kind enough to release that footage in a separate segment because it didn't air. And I said to them, hey, that was because all of her dance stuff was canceled. She was a senior that year. You know, can I have that footage of the last time? I get teary-eyed thinking of it. That's the last time I saw my daughter dance.
Wow.
So those are the beautiful moments.
Do your kids have like that kind of withdrawal too? Like, you know, wait, where are the cameras?
No. So the kids really didn't like the way our family was portrayed, especially me. They got angry. They were angry at Bravo. They know what our family is. They know what kind of mother I am, and they know how we were depicted. So they had a lot of resentments. So they were glad to see that end. That being said, there is another project we're working on. And at first they were like, absolutely not. We are not doing that again. No. And they had to kind of talk to the people behind the scenes and get to trust them and understand it was going to be done differently. It's more of a documentary type of thing than a salacious show. And they're like, okay, but they're hesitant. They're not for the limelight. I mean, the little kids thought it was fun because they're, to them, like the babies, they're like, ooh, fun. But the older kids, I think they saw the backlash of it probably better than I did.
Well, here's the good news, and this is no shade to Bravo or Housewives, but as far as salacious goes, it's only up after Housewives. Like, I'm not so sure. It's just a unique brand of a show. I mean, even compared to other Bravo shows, I think. So I think whatever it is that comes next, you know what I mean?